Hey golfers, I'm Drew Mahowald of Second Swing Golf here at Second Swing at Minnetonka, joined by Kevin Kraft, Master Club Fitter at our Columbia store, and we've got a fun head-to-head comparison today. Two of I would say, the best drivers on the market as of this moment.
Two
February
really
2025.
fast faces going
Two
head-to-head.
really fast club faces. We've talked, actually we did a podcast segment yesterday, Kevin, that will soon be on the available channels for viewers and listeners. And we kind of talked about how Titleist has come a long ways. In terms of the improvements of their drivers. So we got Titleist GT2, and it's, this time of year can kind of be forgotten sometimes because they released their drivers, several months before, in the summer of 2024. But GT2 is still one of the best, if not the best performer in the fitting bay. We've got Callaway Elyte here as well. So diving in, Kevin, what have you seen from Elyte so far in the first few weeks, and then what have you seen from GT2 as well?
Two heavyweights going at it, for sure. Really fast faces, a lot of forgiveness in both, a lot of tuning options with both. It's just a couple really great heads. If you like a glossier finish, Titleist is definitely going to be your aesthetic. The Elyte, standard versions of the Elyte are matte carbon fiber. So, we've got a lot of new tech in the Titleist head. We got a lot of new tech in the Callaway head. So we'll see what these two do going head to head against each other.
It will be fun. We've done a lot of this testing the last couple of days here, but this is a new one we have not done yet. It's a Titleist GT2 versus Callaway Elyte. So excited to see what happens here. We'll talk feel and performance as well. But we've got the Ventus Velocore Plus Red.
Yes, 6S. As close as possible, matched up lofts. We're going to be, as a 9 turned down to 8. That's a 9 degree on D1, which will put it at 8.25. So as close as I can get it.
Perfect. Okay. Sweet. Well, let's hit some tee shots then.
Yeah.
Callaway Elyte.
Yeah, that's pretty typical for my first swing after quick break. Everything goes to the right, and then, that one's going left. Not much left. Okay.
I went like 7 yards left.
It felt like a little pull. I'll take that. A little high off the face.
That's going to work, though. Nothing wrong with that. How would you describe the feel of the Callaway Elyte driver?
Firm.
Yes.
Well, with maybe a little asterisk. I'm changing balls. I'm hitting Pro V1 X's versus Pro V1s. Everything feels a little firmer than it did last season. So, but I think this head feels maybe just a little more firm, which may actually be more stability and more consistency across the face too. Yeah. So, it feels really good. It's a
again,
good,
they've redesigned that structure of the face with their AI 10X face. Basically the idea there is that only a computer could come up with the shape of what the structure looks like behind the club face internally, and so we don't know. We can't see from the naked eye what that looks like, but it could feel a little different from the past generation.
And it's we've done a little bit of work with this so far, and we've seen that their claims seem to be pretty solid. Yeah. So
there's some speed and some low spin.
There we go.
I know Kevin likes to see lower spin a little under 2,000.
Yep.
So that's kind of right up his alley. And again, that works if you have the speed and sort of the launch to make it work.
Yeah, that was a little low.
So that's probably on the low side of what you like to see in terms of ball flight, but the spin is probably in a spot where you
great for a firm day. Come on around.
That one launched higher. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's pretty darn good ball right there. Yep. That was hit pretty good. Ooh. 299.6.
Really? You're going to deny me my 300 by
I am.
0.4?
You had two balls at 299.6. That is actually kind of mean. That's okay. So here's the averages. This is Callaway Elyte leading off the testing. 105.8 club speed, 157 ball speed. We've got a smash factor of 1.48, spin at just over 2,000. The height was 98 feet, so I know 100 is a little bit kind of
Yeah.
the money zone there.
Yep.
Any other thoughts on this, whether it's the data or the dispersion map?
This is the second time we've hit this driver today, and the dispersion is almost identical to what it was before.
Yep.
To be able to make 6 or 7 swings twice and have it go the same place twice, testament to what this face does.
Yeah.
It's definitely forgiving. It's definitely fast. This is the standard version, and our spin rate here was right at 2,000. Right? Guess what? You can have forgiveness and good spin and good speed. This is one of the total package drivers that's out now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say. I mean, you're checking all the boxes here with this driver in terms of the numbers that you're getting here.
Landing angle's great. What was the height? You said it was
96, I think. 98.
Okay, so that's great. I had the one that I kind of missed, right? That spun up a little bit on me.
That was right at this very first swing here.
First swing, that was kind of the hanger out to the right.
Yep.
If you eliminate that, what do the numbers look like?
Let's just do it.
Just for giggles.
Yes. So instead, we go to slight difference, right? I mean, we're talking about the
couple
carry
yards.
distance goes up a yard.
Yeah.
So nothing crazy. The dispersion looks kind of a little more fun, but the spin
rate drops.
Spin goes about 200 RPM difference, 150 RPM difference average. So
okay, good.
But really,
golf club doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, really good stuff. Again, that miss, that's kind of that low face or even maybe Healy ball that kind of goes right.
Yep.
To see the carry only drop 5-6 yards on 5 yards from the average, 6 yards probably. That's really good on the miss. So.
And for leaving the face open, maybe a little in the heel, to see spin only jump up to 2,700.
Yes. Yeah, that's a really good
nice.
example of kind of how this driver, how forgiving it is. So,
Yep.
All right, we'll switch now.
Good.
GT2. I want you to put that down at address right away and tell me, what you see differently other than the glossy and the fingerprints that.
We're gonna reference it.
Yep.
Because that's my biggest gripe.
That's what you see. So.
That's my biggest gripe. I see fingerprints, right?
If you guys have been on the channel for at least a year, we did this club testing a year ago, and this is exactly what Kevin was doing then on the shiny drivers last year.
The good news is that's really my only gripe that I have about the GTs.
Yeah. No, I mean,
is the glossy.
The feedback right when they were released in the summer was awesome from the fitters.
Yeah.
In a way, they kind of get sort of a head start on competition in a ways because they are the only launch, and there's some intrigue right away. Ooh, this is new Titleist. Ooh. But now is where it kind of the test really shows itself out. The testing their performance. Now where all this new stuff's out, but when people still go in and Titleist is the winner, that speaks a lot, I think.
What I see with this head is consistently fast ball speeds, consistently really good smash factors. It's another one of the real beasts in the market for sure. Mm-hmm. So, and it's a good looking head. Yep, there we go. Got to keep it consistent. Got to hang that first ball out to the right.
That's true. It's that's almost identical to the first one with the Elite. All right, and then just as with the Elite as well, you kind of turned her back towards the center.
Oh.
Ooh, that one's
big miss.
Hit the screen a little far to the right.
Big miss.
You know what? It hung in there.
Way off the toe that time.
Oh yeah, really good. Okay, so feel GT2. How does it compare to the Elite?
It feels softer.
Okay.
But it feels fast.
Okay.
Like it just feels like the ball's smushing and just
kind of springing off of that.
Yes, absolutely. Where the biggest difference is, to me, that feels harder, harsher. This feels softer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't notice a big difference in sound from here, but again, we're in a bay and it's,
Yeah, so to me the sound's a little more muted here due to that softer feel.
Okay.
Right? So.
I mean, it's so close to 300 again. You had 299.5 last time, and this was 299.4. Right. So we're getting
tired.
close.
I'm tired of this 299 and change thing. That was off the toe. Come on,
see
go,
this,
go. No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Unfortunately, that's our 6th swing, so
No.
I can't.
I hit 2 big blocks. I hit 2 big blocks. I only hit 1 big block with the Elyte. Oh, you're killing me.
I got to do it. I got to cut you off. Here's our numbers. I know you're upset with me because I did not let you get to 300 yards. I want to also bring this up for the record so that people can see why this is a big deal right now. 299.7, 299.4, 299.5, and then down here, 299.6 and 299.6. Also a 298.9 in there as well. So we've got our 12 shots, 6 with each model here. Again, we've got the same shaft. We adjusted the settings to match nearly perfectly.
Yeah.
And not surprising to me is that things are very, very similar across the board here.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're talking about 2 of the fastest faces with 2 golf clubs that are designed to do the same thing, we should not be shocked when we see extremely similar numbers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to be nitpicking or splitting hairs, GT2 did have a slightly more efficient smash factor, 149 to 148. The spin was 51 RPM average higher. Now, it was a little bit more of a tighter, just a deviation on the spin rate there. So that's something
these
worth
are
noting.
exactly the kinds of things that we have to do in order to separate one from another, right?
Yeah.
We have to dive into the minutia of these fittings in order to figure out which one's really the best option.
Yeah. Yeah, because you'll notice, for you, swinging this with Elyte, we had, a model or a swing down here that was 259 carry, right? And then up to 273, whereas that window is a lot tighter with GT2.
Yeah.
And again, this is just one swing, and this is a small sample size. But we also did not get to 150 with the Elyte, which we did twice with the GT2.
That is a hallmark of this particular head.
Yeah.
Well, brand. The GTs do tend to produce very high smash factors.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a thing. I don't see it quite as often with any other company as I do with Titleist in terms of what that smash factor is. So
the only other thing I wanted to note is launch was a half a degree higher with GT2, and it could be partially related to those couple. You had one extra one out to the right a little bit with the GT2 versus the Elyte.
And this one is a quarter degree higher lofted than that one.
So I think the conclusion is they're both awesome. I mean, these are both, again, this is 100%. 12 tee shots and they're all in the fairway.
Yeah.
Slightly tighter dispersions or deviation numbers with the GT2. But again, that's nitpicking and splitting hairs there, where in reality they're both great. It's going to depend a lot on what you like in terms of feel and look, because we talked about those differences plenty here.
100%. So, from a look standpoint, I give it to the Elyte.
Okay.
From a feel standpoint, I give it to Titleist.
Okay.
Performance-wise,
performance is almost a tie.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So you got to get fit too, because this is not a fitting. This is just testing the same, settings in sort of is locking as many variables as we can. But in a fitting, there's different options to optimize you. There's different shafts available. There's different settings on the hosel available, lofts, club heads in the series, right? Maybe a GT3 is better for you. So those are all things to consider, and that's why you go get fit. But I think the flagship or core models of Callaway and Titleist right now, very, very good, very awesome, very...
very good, very forgiving, very fast.
Yes, across the board. Really good stuff. So Kevin, thanks for joining today, swinging,
my pleasure.
Testing out some of the best drivers out there. Golfers, again, go get fit, get your tee shots, launching higher,
spinning
less, ultimately, further down the fairway, more consistent, and you'll play and shoot lower scores.
And if you come in for a fitting with me, I'll give you that extra swing to try to get 300.
Yeah,
I'm going to hold that against you.
Kevin might be mad at me for a while for that. But golfers, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more content coming.